So what I'm waiting for this pair, I wait the market to reach around this area so we can have a sell around this region. So I will keep my chart clean and wait for the price action, because most of traders, they believe that the market, you must follow the market, but let the market come to you. This is the best part of the market. If you are doing price action in a higher time frames, this is the best part. You can wait for the setup maybe for 2 and 3 days, but it can give you a good achievement and good pips. So with this pair, if it will reach here, I will be expecting 300 pips down movement. It can take 2 weeks or 1 week. So I'm waiting for the market to reach around this area. So we can move to another pair which I'm most interested with. I think it's USD CAD. We can check on a weekly time frame, because most of times I like to see how big time frame look like. So we had a high over here, then the price moved down, and if you check by using Fib level, it's obey the Fibonacci levels, which is around 78 and 71. We get a new high low, and then we drop to form another lower low. So my prediction in this pair, overall we're gonna have a sell. So how am I going to capitalize on that sell? How am I going to trade on that sell? So the good way to trade on that sell, we have to check where we can have our entry. And my first thought, I thought that on the monthly zone, this 1.34, we can have a sell, because it has reached my Fib level, which is very golden pocket for me, which is 71. It has already reached my 71 Fib area. So I'm expecting at this area I can have a good sell, which can take me almost throughout the next year. So on that, we can have our third touch on this pair. So that's why I'm expecting a good sell at this pair, because if you can see, we can have first touch, second touch, then the third touch around this area. So if we can have this and it's form a good price action candle, maybe a spin top, maybe a doji on daily time frame. I don't like to take a trade on this higher time frame. I like to go down on the, I would like to see the good retracement, which is 71. So on this I like to see the market come up around that area and form a reversal candle, which can take me down, and then I can have a good new lower high. Good new high. This will be first touch, second touch, third touch, then we can have a sell. So for that reason, that's why I'm waiting for the market to start to show rejection to get this good. And if the market will obey this one, this level around here, we can have a sell until this region down here, in order to finish this trend line, which it was broken around this region. So my hopes in this pair, I would like to have the sales maybe next week or next week. So after seeing this, I would like to go on my lower time frames so that I can, because I see the overall is sell, so I like to go on lower time frame and check the possible way to execute this. So the first place I like to go on lower time frame, I like daily. I like to see how daily. And the daily is the main time frame which I like, because most of the time it's give me a good confirmation. So last week I was predicting that the market will move up. We had a good trade around this region, around this area, and it's give us a good pips around. We had a trade from here until here. We had a 120 pips. Then after that we close, because it's reached our level which it was reached last week, and form a spin top followed by a very bearish candle on Friday. But my opinion, I was liking to see this pair make another touch around this trend line, the up trend line, because at the downside we had a one touch, second touch, and third touch. So I was expecting the price to push up until this region, then we can have a sell around this area. But the market rejected at this area. So I have two scenarios on this place, which I can say I'm waiting for. The first one, I would like to see the price to move up until this region, where we're gonna have a good trade and confirmation. We can have a good trade, which is the third touch on this big trend line on the weekly. So if the price move until this region, then we had a good confirmation on daily time frame, maybe a spin top followed by bearish, or two spin tops, or the price starts stalling like this, we can have a good entry. And this is the best part to take the trade. I don't like to take the trade around the place where I don't have a decision, or I don't have a zone, I don't have a confluence. So if the market obey this, we can have a good sell. But if the market pull up and start showing another resistance around this area, we can have a sell even this place, because market it starts to form a good so I like to see the market, because you can see it's formed some patterns which can lead the market to downside, because if the market break this trend line, we can have a good sell. I bet if it can break this, then retest around daily, we can have a sell. That's why I was predicting good entry. And you can see this pair is also driven by dollar index, and the dollar index, I'm expecting to have a sell on dollar index. And we have a news on this week, so news of USD. So my prediction is very high on this pair. If it will move up on then Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday we can have a good rejection around this area, and then we can start to fall. Or if the Monday it will retrace around this area, we can have an entry, because it's obey the previous higher low. previous high low, it is retested on the same area twice. First time, second time, it's like a double top. So my prediction on this pair, we can have a sell around this area or this area or this area for the safe entry. So I like to keep it clean. So if I see the market is not very clear, I like to wait and see the price action, how it is going to form. So that's why I just drew this. I do not expect us to sell on Monday or Tuesday. I would like to see maybe Wednesday how the market will react, so that I can have a good sell on this pair. And it's not that I'm biased, no, but I like to see how the market react. I don't like to rush on the market. Just be patient and see the market move in your direction. If this region broke, I would like to see something good. We can have a good until here, then we can have a sell or sell around this area. So my good prediction is that on USD CAD. And so we can move to the next pair, which is AUD USD. AUD USD, I last predict we can have a buys, but it starts consolidating around that area. Most of time we can see the big candles falling, big candles and falling, but last week it's only play at that region most of time. So I can have a good entry around this area. I don't like to risk much, so I will have my stop loss around this region, so that we can have another big movement. And this, I would like to see the biggest movement on this pair, because it's starting showing difference at these regions around here, because it was selling since January. We had a third touch and we had a sell, a good sell. So we reached at this level, which is 0.6677, which the last time price reached, it was January, the 3rd of January. So we had a nice drop this year, 1, 2, 3. So I think the price, it has already reached the area where the market is supposed to retrace. This is the big movement. We had a good movement around this region until here down. So what I would like to see, this is a upward movement, retest, then going up. So that's why I'm predicting to have a bias, because most of time this is a price which it was reached last year, this year earlier, and it's very strong region around this area. So you can see the price reach at the 3rd of January, then it has already break it and retest. So I think the price is reached today, because I saw, and the Australians, they cannot see the market, the pair or their money is devalued, so we can have a good trade around this region to reach maybe here, to retest until here, or this region around here, this. Then it's because the price has already filled the wick, so we can have a good trade. So I'm checking my 4-hour time frame. So you can see the price made a good rally around this area, and it started to form good channel. So this is a flag pattern. So you can see the push. We can have a deep retest, then we can have a buy. So this is my prediction, and I would like to see the price reach around this region, then we can have a buy. So Mondays will be a sell around that region, then we can have a buy. So my good entry will be around this region. We can, because we consolidate once, 2 times, so we can have a good trade around this region. That's the best part of the market. We have to wait for the confirmation to take us high. So we can have this on AUD/USD. This is what I'm predicting to form this flag around this region. The price reach down, we can have a good entry and a stop loss about 30 pips. I would like to see the price reach around this region, then we can have a small, because the price is moving the zigzag away. So around that area we can have a good sell, maybe a small sell, then we can have a buy to touch the trend line. So this is what I'm seeing on AUD/USD, and we can move to another pair, which is NZD/USD. Then NZD/USD, we had a good rally down because we consolidate around this area and we form a triple top 1, 2, 3, which make us to move down until this region, and we can see it's forming the good. It was good call. We had a good call because we saw on the 4-hour time frame it's formed a good pattern, which is the most pattern we are using during tradings, and that is the best part. If you have your patterns, if you have your ways to follow, it's gonna make you do something good, something great. You can see we had a 1, 2, 3 nice touch, and then we form an M formation around this region. That's why we took this trade on the second leg, which was M. So we had a good entry and a good take profit, which was around 400 pips from the entry. We collect our take profit on 7 August. So we managed to get another entry around this area. We managed to get around this area. We were expecting the price to go more down than to move up, but we only end up with 16 pips. But for now we are hoping for more, so we can have a good buy around this region, because the market has already moved very fast. And remember, we have news on NZD and AUD. We have the news, and we have the news of AUD/USD. So you can see there is a pattern which is forming around these regions. So you can have a triangle, small triangle. So what we like to see the break to the bar retest, then we can have a buy, and we can have a buy until the monthly zone, or we can break the monthly zone until to the daily. This will be our target, small target, because you cannot say that you have a big target, because this pair, it has already moved down, but we want to see clear. We don't like to see this trade. We don't like to trade on this type of consolidation. We like to see more clear. So this is what we see on 4-hour time frame. If the price move this way, we can have a good entry, or if the price break down and then retest, we can continue to have a sell, maybe until weekly or another area. So on our NZD USD, we are in the consolidation, but by looking my daily time frame, this for me is most likely we can have a buys, because this is the area where market start to consolidate very, very, very rapid. Most of times the market reach at this region, then it start changing. So for now, not clear until you see the good price action on the daily time frame on NZD USD. Move it to the next pair, which is GBP USD. Last week we had a good trade on 4-hour time frame. We collect our 100 pips. It was small trade, but we managed to get 100 pips on this trade. It was very small and it was very, very successful. We had a 1, 2, 3 touch. So after that, we expected a good. So we expect to see. I was expecting to see the price moving very fast until up, but the way it's stalling around this area, it's giving me a reason that we can have a head and shoulder pattern. If the price move down, we can have a good head and shoulder pattern, which can take us up to this area. So for my expectation, so we can have a buy around this region if the price move up. And see on the daily time frame, on my daily time frame, you can see we have a big candles, and these big candles can make us continue to have a bullish momentum until to reach this trend line, which is almost aligned with my weekly. So we can continue to have a bullish momentum around this region until there, which is can reach my weekly. And if it's break this region, we can continue moving up until my monthly zone. So my expectation on this pair is still on bullish momentum, because we are starting consolidation at this area. This is GBP USD. Moving to my next, which is USD CAD. I'm super interested in this pair because it's formed something on the weekly time frame, which is make me feel like the gold is going to start to fall. Gold, it has already reached the highest price at these regions around here. And if you look on this kind of pattern, we can have a good 3 touches, 1, 2, and 3, and down we can have 1, maybe 2, which are more accurate. So on weekly time frame, it has already reached my monthly zone 1500, and this is act as my right now. It's act as my support. It was break, but this is the first touch, second touch, so this is the third touch. So if we can break this level and retest, we can have a good sell. We can have a good sell to reach down here, because it has already reached the price, which is very high to compare to the another levels. And I was watching this area, and I see this has already reached my 61 level from this falling and retest. You can see this channel, it has been respected since 2005. So my biggest hope on this trade, we can have sales around this area, so which lead me to have a good projection on this week. We have on daily time frame. We only check on the daily time frame because I've already see my overall movement. So I will look on the daily time frame, where I will have the confirmation so that I can have a sell. So as you can see right now, we have break the level, monthly level, and we retested it, but you can see the market is so obvious, is starting stalling and around this area. And the Friday we had a bearish on the gold, and what am I expecting on this pair? I don't like to rush trade. If I'm not in, I would like to see the price moving down, breaking, retest, then we can have a sell. That's what I'm waiting to see, because if you can rush, sometimes the stop hands can destroy your market or your entry, and the stop loss it can be hit. So most of times I like to take it simple, to take it very small. On 4-hour time frame gold, we had a good confirmation on around this region. We had a nice consolidation, so we pull down, then retest, so we can have a good sell. But until this region is broke, I like to see this region get broke. So if the Mondays gold will have a nice buy, we can have a sell around this area. So that's my biggest expectation on gold, but I don't have a trade inside. I would like to see this region broken. And moving to my daily, my next pair, and my next pair right now is USD oil. USD oil, wow, a nice pair. I like to trade this pair because it has a good fundamentals, and I used to combine the fundamentals, and those fundamentals that will help me to get, I compare my fundamentals in my chart analysis so that I can have good entry, good price action. So you can see on the weekly we had a nice pattern around this region. We had a nice inside pattern channel, inside channel around this area. So we had a good sell. If you follow our outlaw in Instagram, we had this good sell around this region until here. So we had a pullback, and we took advantage on it, and we had a good trade. But last week we consider to have a good sell on this channel, because it was a start touch inside channel. So I expected to see this triangle get broken this week, and we had an entry, and our trade, most of our clients, they still holding on this trade because it's going to move down very rapid. We had a sell around this region, and until now some people, they're holding their positions because it was good entry, good call that day. We had an entry there. So, and you can see it's break our counter trend, and it's starting retest, and then some people, they get the second entry on Friday. So on US oil this week, what I'm preparing is to see the price move more down, and I like to see the price move down until this monthly, because you can see from this high to this low, we have our retracement around the regions which are the best. Most of times we like to see our trade reach around these regions, 71, 61, 71, 61, and this align with my weekly levels. You can see this trade, this most of time, this pair, we like to see how it's reacting on the monthly, how it's reacting on the weekly. You see on the monthly, on the weekly, monthly, weekly, we like to see how they react. So if they form a good price action around the monthly, or a good pattern, we like to take the trade. That's why most of times we like to trade this pair by using the fundamentals, which are every day and every time of the week. They are very weak, very weak. People, they don't consider them, but we consider them because they move the market rapidly. Most of time, this news, when they come out, they push the market. It's called crude oil inventory. So most of time, that's how we trade it. And we have a entry around here and secondary entry around here. So if the price this week on Monday and Tuesday continue to consolidate around this area, we can continue to have sell. Maybe a New York session tomorrow, we can have a sell, another sell, which can take us to this one level, monthly level, which is 530 pips. This is what are we expecting. And so if the market open, you can have a sell around that area, and you have a stop loss around this area, 60 pips, or you can wait for the price to move. You can wait for the price to move up, then you can have a sell. Or if the price continues in selling momentum, because this is our confirmation there, the monthly is already broke, so we had a retest. So after retest, we can have a good sell, and this sell it can happen in this week because of the news. And the news, they start to release the data on Tuesday. You can see the data, and this is like small head and shoulder. So this is like a resistance for me, and we have a sell on USD oil. So this is how I predict my USD oil, and that's my best pair, because most of times I start trading around this region. I had a sell, then I wait for a nice retest. I had a sell, then we had a nice retest. This is a third touch, so I'm expecting for more downward trade. It's the most volatility for me, because I only trade two commodities. I only trade USD oil, and I only trade gold. Other pairs I don't like to trade them, because most of pairs, they have very large spread. So what I like to keep it simple. I like to see the price move very fast on this week, because we had a nice break, a nice confluence on the weekly. If you can see the weekly is very good. You can see many rejection around this region, 1 2 3, and this is confirmation of selling of this pair. So the next pair I would like to see, which are on my list, is Euro JPY. Euro JPY, I don't have a clear confirmation, but by using these two candles, they break my weekly. So by looking, I don't have any evidence of the price to start going up, but I would like to see the price closing around this area. Then we can have a bullish momentum. So I cannot have a bullish momentum around this region, but these two candles show me that the market starts rejecting around this region, so we can have a good trade, or we can continue to move down. So that's my expectation on this pair, and I like to check my analysis on another pairs. So CAD JPY, let me check CAD JPY, because most of CAD pairs I like to trade them with WTI. Sorry guys. So on CAD JPY, check CAD JPY. Yes, we had a sell around this region, and that sell, I think it's continue. We can have a continuation pattern around this region until to reach this area. Maybe it's supposed to reach around this area. That's my expectation. I don't like to force the market, and when I don't see the clear movement, I don't like to trade. So for now, I don't like this, but I think it can continue until here, so that it can finish this movement. Then we can have a buy. So the next pair is GBP Audi. GBP Audi, I'm not interested on it, because I don't see the clear price action. For me, I don't see. And another pair, NZD, I don't have a clear confirmation or clear chart. Okay, and USD JPY. Okay, wow. USD JPY, we are still installing in this region around the 1.06. So I'm not going to trade this pair, but and lower time frame you can have a nice patterns around here, small patterns. There's the smallest patterns which you can use them and can have a good price action. So it can obey that, but I don't like to trade something which I'm not clear with it. Okay. And GBP JPY this week, my prediction on GBP JPY, we can continue going up because we form a kind of head and shoulder on 4 hour time frame, so we can continue to go up. This is so good. We can have we had a nice head and shoulder around this region, so we can have a buys, and we break the neckline, so a retest, so we can have a continuation of buys. This is GBP JPY on 4 hour time frame. I'm looking on 4 hour time frame, so we have already break our neckline. This was our break. So for this pair, I would like to see the market, because most of time when it's break the neckline, we expect this movement to be our next movement on the week from the neck. And if the price reaches at this region, this is the best trade. It will be the best trade. Let me check my stops and because I like to have a small stop loss against the highest. Yeah, we have 2 ratio. Can have, but this is a large stop loss. I don't like to trade with large stop loss. Maybe I have to wait for the market to calm down, then we can have an entry which can push up. So if the price move down, I can have my stops around 30 pips. Then you can have, but on the pair like GBP USD, it's good to make a room for the market to breathe, because they have the spikes which are very large, and they have high pips count. So you can see the wick is around 30 pips. You can see the small wicks, you can see they are very small but 50 pips. So it's good to trade GBPs with large stop loss, and they give much, but you have to be patient to have the good entry which you can have small stop loss. But if you want to trade them, you have to wait for the market to push down, then we can have a buy around that region. So that is GBP JPY. And Euro Audi, it was our best pair. We had a good trade from this bottom to the top. This week we had a good sell to 250 pips from this region around here. We had a nice trade. We had a nice trade, and from this region we consider only a confluence. At this region we only check few things, almost 4 things. At the first time we check on this, we found we had a nice retracement of 71. Then after that we had a nice movement, and this is the trade is a most trade on this year. This is the best trade I've taken. So for this pair, I still want the price to move down until this region. Sorry guys, I've placed my night mode. So I like to see the price move down around this region, and around this region we can have buys. So if you have your entries, because we had a good entry around this region, if you had an entry, it's better to stay on that entry to let the market come to this area, around this area, which is aligning with my weekly and my trend line. So this is the first touch, second touch, third touch. So I'm expecting the fourth touch, then the market is gonna move up to this region. So if you have a sell on NZD and on Euro Audi, I'm expecting to see more sales on this week until here. So my entry, I've already entered, and my stop loss is at break even around this region. So if you want to trade this pair, you had to go to lower time frame so that you can get more clear confirmation on 4-hour time frame maybe. So my battle, and still I'm waiting. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm waiting for the good entry around this area. This is Euro Audi, so if I will reach this area, it will be my good entry, because I will have nice confirmation with fib, which is aligned with my fib level. I'll have almost my 71%, and sometimes I don't consider these weeks because they are caused by news, so I like to cut off some weeks to have a good trade. So this is what I'm expecting for this pair to go until the year, then I can have a buy until this region. So on Euro Audi, I'm continue to have the sell until this area, because my monthly is already broken. So I'm expecting to have a pullback until this area. The bigger the pullback, the good the trade. You can have a good movement, and that's how we trade. And another pair on this week, they are just on the watch list. So on Euro NZD, it has already break my counter trending, but I'm not have a clear confirmation for me right now. I have to wait for the retest, then we can have a sell. So you can see that's my last pair, CHF. We can have a sell, because I don't like to trade this pair because it has many rejection, and it's consolidating, but I'm trying to practice how to trade it. So that's my analysis on this week. Those are my pairs, around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those are 12 which I'm more expecting on them than the other, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 that are extra for me, so I like to keep it clean, keep it blue. So in summary, dollar index, I like to see the sell, confirmation of day. Euro USD, confirmation of day, but it's in the buy direction. And that's the beauty of using higher time frame. If you use the higher time frame, nothing will occur into you. So on Monday, I'm not trading at all, because even the market movement is very slow, because people that are coming from holidays, and that's so. This is the Euro USD. And I was explaining about the Mondays. I don't like to trade on Mondays. I like to short trade on Mondays because Mondays they're not perfect for me. I don't like them, so I will start on Tuesday to trade them and find the confirmation. And USD CHF, I'm expecting the high. Maybe the markets will open with the gap until this region, okay, but I'm expecting to reach here, and we can have a sell. Then another pair, USD CAD. I have a two scenario, one going up, then we can have a sell, big sell, maybe until next here, and this one until here. Then we can have AUD USD, AUD USD, which is sell, which is buy. I mean it's buy. And NZD USD. I'm not clear with it, but if it's showing me a good rejection around this area, we can have a buy. And GBP USD, I'm still continue with bullish momentum until to reach the weekly zone. And gold, still I'm expecting to see the large break and retest around this region because I'm not clear with this. Right. So most of times I like to see it simple, to make it simple. Wait for the price action confirmation, which is the best part. If you can have a sell, a retest, thus you can take your entry to the weekly. Then we can have a buy, sell. So that's gold. What I see. USD oil, my best pair, my best pal. So this is the best pair. I like to trade it because it has a good movement, it has good pips, count rating among my trades. So I would like to see more sales on this pair. Euro JPY, I don't have a clear confirmation, but a good confirmation on around this region. When I see this region, weekly zone is already broken. This is my weekly zone. My weekly zone is 8.0. So if it's broke, then retest, we can have a nice movement until this area, then we can have a sell. And another pair, CAD I'm expecting more sales until to reach this region around here, then we can have a buy. So that's my analysis on this week on these pairs. I have many pairs, but I don't like to trade all of them. I like those which they give me confirmation on how to trade. I've already published some of the trades, and more I'm expecting. So stay tuned for more and more videos on Outlaw FX. By then, again, my name is John Joseph. I'm the CEO, and other people like Kevin, Jerry, and Bashek. They are my best friend, and we do all of us. We do this analysis and we discuss before anything. Before any trade, we have to check the main thing which we supposed to check. So most of time, guys, take consideration. Most of time, take consideration. If you don't see the clear confirmation, you don't have a support, you don't have a resistance, you don't have a fib level, you don't have a confirmation of candles such as this one around your regions. Don't take a trade. Make sure you have a confluence to take a trade. That's the best part of market. If you have a confluence, you can have a good trade. So for the advice, I would like to see if you can start baby pips. They're very good, and other places such as the candlestick Bibles. They are good for getting the confirmation and what. So stay tuned for more. This is Outlaw. If you want to check for more confirmation, maybe the entries and what, you can check our Instagram account, the Outlaw FX, or you can subscribe for more videos in this channel. Make sure you hit that button for subscription, and make sure you state you click the button for notification, because there are more videos that come each week. You can have analysis at least 5 pairs, and in the middle of the week, if we have a confluence for the entries, we can provide a small video to see the entries, how we take the entries, and see how we manage our accounts. So make sure you stay tuned. And this is Outlaw FX. This is Outlaw FX. More things will come. Everything is possible. Make sure you study. Make sure you aim. Make sure you want to succeed, so that you can win this market. So make sure you watch, and make sure you click the subscription button. Okay. Bye bye. Have a nice week of trading, and make sure you put you set your goals, and make sure you get 10 pips, record them. Make sure you put the record. Like right now, even these small things, I have to record them weekly by weekly, so that you can have a good structure. And you can record them by using notebook or what. So make sure you record your stop losses and your profits, and make sure you follow your plan. Never cheat on your plan. Always stay on your plan. This is the Outlaw FX.